Look over here.
Welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst, and you are watching...
Look over here.
I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I'm still wearing my Auntie Heroine shirt. There she is. And it's in pink. Gotta love that. And I'm just drinking some water right now. And I'm not drinking it out of my cup mug. And you can also get a cup mug that you don't drink out of, just like me, at lanagcreations.etsy.com. We do ship internationally, so there are no excuses.
Hello, y'all. My name is Sugar Free. I am a drag queen based here in LA. Do I perform much in bars? No. My feet hurt, and I'm an old man. So it's really nice to be able to come on the internet and cross-dress from just the waist up and talk about some of my favorite shows. I am drinking from not a cup mug because I don't have that yet. As I said in the last episode, David assaulted me for not having a mug, so I'm on it. I'm working on it, and I'm drinking Diet Dr. Pepper.
Nice,
tasty.
Well, we are going to get into these looks. I don't know much about Dead by Daylight. I don't even know how to say it, but I'm going to do my best to give my opinions, and so will Sugar.
Look, I'm a gamer. I haven't played Dead by Daylight. I've watched enough people play it though, so like I have and I love a slasher film. Like you like slashers, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we have at least enough of qualifications to judge it on that aspect of this.
Exactly. So as we saw, the floor show theme was Dead by Daylight, and first up we had Auntie Heroine. What did you think about this look?
I think it is a strong look for sure. The overall shape and graphic of it is terrifying. The sort of like antler horns. I do think it looks like the beast from Over the Garden Wall in some ways, which I don't mind. I kind of love. It's very folklore-y. I don't love that it's for the most part a fishnet bodysuit. I think that when it comes to like in the folklore world, it's not necessarily what I associate with, and I don't necessarily think of Auntie Heroine as like a fishnet person either, unless it's for like a very draggy look. This isn't so much a draggy look. This is a conceptual draggy look. So I'm conflicted because overall the shape and everything is quite menacing, but the texture I find off. I also find it hard to think of as a killer, like a serial killer, in a sense. It looks more like a rabid monster, but not like someone that like. This is where my inexperience in Dead by Daylight comes in, because I could sound like a complete idiot right now, and there's like 20 of these running around in that game. But it's not what I think of as a character in that game off the top of my head. I think one of the judges says that the wings are just way too big. And I'm like, I agree. That's something I thought of. I was like, huh. So it's kind of silly just to like take up 6 feet of space in a game like that.
I mean, to be fair, isn't this version of the game going to be specifically urban myths and cryptids? So maybe it's not going to be the conventional type of killer.
That's actually pretty fair. So ignore every single word I just said. No, it's overall strong. Auntie's a strong drag artist. My biggest thing about that is the fishnet. I'll be honest.
Fair. Yeah, I do like this quite a bit. I do appreciate that she tried to marry this creature with her own aesthetic a bit. And maybe that's not what they wanted. They probably wanted like, oh, give us a pure creature that could work for this. But then again, I think Asia did that successfully. So we'll get into that. But I think the best parts of this are the mobility and the wings. I thought the wings were done very, very well. And I really like her face. I thought the makeup was so good here, especially around the like black contour around the mouth. and how the teeth are just popping and the dark around the eyes. I thought all of those really made her look very creature-like. And of course, the claws on the shoes were great as well. Overall, I thought this was pretty strong. This was probably my second favorite of the looks. But what do I know? So yeah, I did like this.
I agree with the makeup. I do think it's a departure from Auntie's normal eye shape, which I love seeing people change up their eye shape as someone who never changes their eye shape. And I do clock the pie inspiration in that black contour with the jagged lines coming out of it. It does look like a face that is a little bit inspired by pie, and I do love to see when drag artists learn things from other people. Like, we're all just here to like make art together, but it's still in Auntie's lens. And I love the beard. I gotta say, I do love the beard attached to the helmet. It's such a seamless way to make that happen that doesn't look overcomplicated. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, scores.
I gave this need to check my notes, a 78.
Oh, see, I am the nice one. I gave this an 87.
Yeah.
I'm pretty generous with my Dragula scores usually.
I think I was most upset when I thought it looked like scales, the skin texture, and then to see that it was fishnet, the character immediately made less sense to me.
Fair.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Asia Consent. So I thought Asia did well. I do think that she had a really strong point of view with this look. I like that it leaned into her actual body, and my only issue is, so I don't know Dead by Daylight, but she was probably one of the people that gave me the least creature, but more person in a costume. Like I felt like it was an antagonistic person that is in a mask and has a lot of armor on, but they're not a Wendigo themselves. They're wearing something to scare somebody off. So for me, that was the reason that Asia was not one of my favorites this week, because it was just very mask, like not M-A-S-C, M-A-S-K, obviously. We saw she painted her face, but we did not get to see that.
Full mug with eyeliner, like
right. All we saw was through the little eye holes. We saw her eyes, and that's all we saw of her face. And I wanted to see the humanity in her face. Like, if there's anything you're going to show off, like, I get it, you're showing off your body, and that's great. But I want to be able to see that there's some sort of human features behind this as well. And it was just a skull type of mask the whole time. Even the hair just took me out of it being a creature, and it seemed like a person with long hair wearing a mask. So yeah, for me, I was kind of let down by this, and I was like, well, I clearly don't know Dead by Daylight, because I think this might have been my least favorite.
I get what you're saying. I kind of agree in some aspects. In the sense that, like, it's clearly not a Wendigo. It does look like a person wearing a Wendigo costume. I actually just don't necessarily mind that, because the idea is that you are a killer inspired by that creature. So I'm fine with someone who's like a Wendigo worshiper, almost kind of killer. That's sort of the take I got from it. This was also we didn't talk about it with Auntie because Auntie's was bad, but they all had to do a signature kill. Auntie's, they sort of just went up and down, and that was their signature kill. Asia over here is like, has this great staff. Pow, it's actually two blades, and then does the like sexy. I think out of everyone, they thought the most about, okay, who is playing this game? Asia said it herself, like, what is the character? I'm basically building my avatar, for the most part. Like, what would I do? I think that Asia successfully delivered that. My biggest beef is the mask, because Dragula is a silly, silly show sometimes where one day they'll be like, you're wearing a mask. We need to see your makeup. And the other day they'll be like, you completely covered your face and we love it. And like Justice for Vander Von Odd in season 1, if this is a winning mask, because Vander's was also a winning mask with more visible makeup.
Right.
Kudos that Asia did a full face of makeup underneath. It wasn't shown in the presentation, which is crazy to me. It's such a why. All things considered, I'm pretty great on this look. I just have enough questions where I did give it a B+. We'll say, yeah.
Okay. Well, for scores, I gave this a 79.
And I gave this an 88.
Okay.
So we are like flipped on our Auntie and Asia's, which makes sense.
We sure
This
are.
is-
We're the same distance apart on scores for each of them.
We have to remember that art is drag. Drag is art, and art is subjective.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
But I don't know how far off we'll be on our next person, which is Yuri.
Okay. So, love the nails. Love the ombre of the hand to skin on the arm. That is most of my love for this look. The velvet dress is unforgivable for me. I'm sorry. You're telling me that you want to be a serial killer in a video game, just like running around in a velvet gown? That's crazy. That just sounds silly. I love the idea of the concept, but this is the time to pull out your bodysuit version of it. Drench yourself in mud. I just think that this is the complete wrong garment for this challenge.
Okay. Looks like we're going to disagree again because I like this. I thought this, I like that she kept the glamour with this, and I really got creature, especially with the hands. I like the velvet. I thought the kind of mermaid effect or the knee skirt effect at the bottom was very well pulled off. And her face looked great. I really like her makeup. And I don't know about you, but immediately when I saw this, I'm like, "Wait, Victoria Elizabeth Black, is that you?"
There's a lot of Victoria choices in this for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The nails especially.
Mm-hmm, for sure. The only thing that I didn't like, and it got brought up, was the wig. It looked really ratty, and I'm like, you can do better than this. You have done better than this wig. It was rough.
You said knee skirt, and I just need to remind you that if this is the winning look, then a person in a knee skirt has to chase people around the woods to murder them. Everyone is getting away from this one. It is glamour. It's gorgeous. It's not well thought out for what the prompt was.
Maybe she can like speed walk in her knee skirt.
It's supposed to be kind of scary, not this glamorous swamp green woman just going like.
No, she walks with those claws. That's what she does. She just sticks her knee skirt in the air and just.
Oh! Have you ever played Super Paper? No, you're not a video gamer. In Super Paper Mario, this is a legit scary thing. There's like a little girl in it who like at one point she like gets lifted up, her head flips upside down, and these spider legs come out of her, and those make her walk around. I could see a case for the claws being transportation. That would be kind of gorge. I think it's a good look, not for this. Yeah.
Okay. Well, scores?
I gave this Gatey 69.
Ooh. I gave it an 81. So I'm much higher. I think we might agree more on the next person.
Yeah.
And that is Gray Matter. Yeah, this was my favorite look.
Same.
Sure.
Cool. Glad we're here.
I got nervous when I saw them working on this in the workroom and saw the mask because I'm like, oh, that is a lot of prosthetics. That is like a straight up mask. How are you going to be able to have any like mobility in your face with this? But they pulled it off. Like, I would absolutely believe that this was their face if I didn't know any better. And it's really hard to pull off this kind of fur on the legs without it looking kind of costumey or like a stuffed animal almost. But
Mm-hmm.
I thought the fur looked really good. Of course, I love the signature gray matter scalp. And the beard was so intriguing. I'm still not entirely
Oh,
sure what was going on there.
oh, I got it. I got the beard.
Yeah. Okay.
That
Well,
beard was all of the blood from all of the victims they ate, just stained and drenched in this one like delicious, like such a specific. I loved that beard so much.
mhm.
Overall, this was my favorite look for sure. Yes, the signature gray skull, but also the matching little thing on the skull on their staff. Are you
Oh
kidding me?
yes.
Oh, it stole my heart. Also, for the everyone who thinks gray matter is hot train, I'm sorry, they are shirtless, fine as hell.
Mhm.
And we're gonna give credit to like feminine queens and feminine monsters who use their natural body for sex appeal. Like Asia was half naked in this look. Gray being half naked in this look is equally as valid in, for me personally, way sexier. And just so the men know, Gray Matter's strength is 85. His speed is 170. You know, durability 90. Okay, so verse top. Okay,
Okay.
okay, guys.
And he's a boner impaler.
Oh my!
Oh,
Oh,
bone
he should have
impaler.
called it boner impaler. Uh
That sounds
overall, yeah,
painful.
I love that he's also fully gray. The signature, like I love that he deviates from gray sometimes. Like I like that the Easter Bunny he did was teal, but like this being gray on the episode 4 feels correct. Also, this is way more makeup featured than Asia's. Asia's was a literal like skull mask in front of their face. This is such good prosthetics.
Mhm.
I am obsessed with this.
Yeah. And I also got kind of annoyed because they were like, "Oh, it's kind of small. Like on the bottom there's size, but on the top there's not." I'm like, "Well, if you're going for this type of creature and you have to use your natural body, gray is small framed as it is. Like what are they supposed to do?
Also,
Bodysuit?"
I feel like the beard moment helps actually bring a lot of like interesting design detail covering up naked space that like I would prefer to just be naked space at that point. I wouldn't want another garment underneath. I want to look at the blood beard.
Mhm. I agree. Scores, I will give this a 96.
And I will give this, God, I gave it a 97, but I want to give it a 96 to match. No, 97, 97.
Okay, good. Cool. So we did agree on somebody at least.
And I feel like it's like with the other 3 looks, for the reasons one person liked it, the other person didn't like it. It was sort of like that each time.
Mhm.
So like, again, drag is art is subjective, but subjectively Gray was robbed.
Exactly. I agree. But we do want to know if you all out there agree with us or disagree with us. So please do us a favor, leave comments. I love reading comments.
Say
And
Team David or Team Sugar in the comment so we know who
yes,
you agree with more.
or team both.
Team
Maybe they're
team
right in the middle.
team complex opinion.
They're like, well, I gave Gray a 96.5. So
Someone's like, bring back Scylla.
yes. So leave comments, subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video with your friends, and feel free to check out our social media that has been scrolling down below. And you can also check out the merch store where we do sell cup mugs, among other things. I just bought a cup shirt, so I should be getting that soon. But with that, we are going to get out of here. So cheers.
Cheers.